Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3, and welcome to the Hill Report. Uh, today is a nice, crisp Wednesday. The dogs are barking. A lot of work is being done. It's really early. Some call this Hump Day. By the time Hump Day rolls around in business, it usually leaves you wondering if things aren't going well. What is going on? How can I turn this around? Which is a valid question. But one of the tools for turning things around I would want for you all to know is some measurables. Measurables are always good for seeing how things are going or tracking your progress. But there are some rules of human nature, some secret rules of human nature that you must well, you don't have to, but if you can use these secret rules of human nature, then and they're all the three we're going to go over are pretty numerical, and they help you to see if your brand, your message is generally effective, if you're generally able to be effective in the marketplace based on, and if you're able to increase your scale. These general rules will help you to be able to navigate forward. Now, without any further ado, let's talk about them. The first general rule I want to go over is the 725 rule. 725. Eh, I could be, I'm just generalizing this and putting it in my own words, but 725, um, if you think about, and this is something I learned from some mentors, if you think about uh, a very strong horse, right? And we even measure our cars in horsepower. So if you think about the power of a horse, and say one horse is able to uh, pull 700 pounds, or, you know, that's a lot. And say you have another horse. So general thinking would say that one horse who pulls 700 pounds, if you introduce another horse onto the rope, then they should be able to pull what? 1,400 pounds. But in actuality, if you train those horses together, even though one can only pull 700 pounds, both of them trained pulling together can now pull 2,500 pounds. It's a powerful thing. That means that anything extra outside of those extra 9,000 pounds are all spiritual. They're all connection. They're all um, they're definitely an intangible that we can't quite put our hands on, but we can put our hands on. 7 plus 7 is 14. But no, 7 plus 7 working together in harmony is 25. So that's the 725 rule. Second rule, 80/20. You have to know that 80% of your staff is going is not where you should be looking. Maybe you should be looking for some potentials out of that 80%, but in actuality, the 80/20 rule states that 20% of your staff is going to do 80% of the production. 20% of your staff is going to have 80% of your production. That's huge. Knowing that you know where to put your effort, you know where to put your time. The 80/20 rule. I remember when I was at insurance brokerage in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had a exclusive group within the larger sales group. This group was called like the, what were they called? 15 and 10 group. Looks like we're coming inside. There's a lot going on there. That that was awesome. So 80%, 20% of your staff is going to perform 80% of your production. Now let's get to the rule of, I call it the rule of 10 to 1. Not like the ratio 10 to 1, but weeding out and filtering down to 10 and focusing on the 1. Meaning, if you're advertising to a whole pie, chances are only 10% of that pie is going to actually be in play for you. Now, actually, 1% of that 10% is going to actually buy if you're if you have a great product. So that means 10 to 1. You have 100. You don't expect the whole 100. Say you pass out 100 flyers. You don't expect all 100 to call you. Weed it down in your mind and say, about 10 of them are really going to reach it and they're in play. And if you get that one, then you're in business. Now you can scale up, and instead of getting 1,000 out, 100 out, you could get 10,000 out and know how many customers to expect or have an over underline of that 1%. But knowing that you do have a potential to dip into that 10%. 10 to 1. All right. So the three rules we just went over, general rules, and you can listen to them or not, but I really believe these rules. I think they're really pretty miraculous that marketers had a lot of time to sit and observe enough to detail these rules. But 725, one horse can pull 700 pounds by itself. Two horses trained together can pull 2,500 pounds. Um, 80-20. 20% of your staff is going to perform 80% of your production. And the 10 to 1. 10% of your 100% are in play, over under 1% sales. Okay? Well, guys, very, very interesting morning. Makes perfect sense getting close to July 4th. But you all go out there and have a great sales day. This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report daily marketing tips. Let's go get some sales.